Uh, two people tell me that they regretted they were not going to be able to be here. So, okay, let's get started. Welcome, welcome. This is the all staff volunteer meeting for Cuddle Party Inc. It is September 8th, 2025. I am Mary Sorensen. I am the executive director at this time. And I am excited to bring us together. Even whoever's here is who's meant to be here, right? Always. So thank you for being here. My intention for this is to have clear communication with everybody who's doing work with Cuddle Party Inc. and also to let you know what our mission and vision is, where we're going in the next couple months, what the plan is, because some big changes are happening. Hopefully you already know about them. We'll make sure everybody knows the same. And also to make sure that we are all more connected. Because I know sometimes when we're working virtually, it feels like we're in a vacuum, but I really want to help us be connected and feel like we're in a company, because we are. Cuddle Party Inc. is a real nonprofit company, and I am working hard to scale systems so that we can grow and scale with the growth I really think is coming. So I am excited and looking forward to that. And you guys are a part of it. So yeah, let's do introductions. Um, I like to invite folks to share your name, your pronouns, where you are. I'll put this in the chat. And share your position here at Cuddle Party Inc. What are you doing with us? And then I also like to invite you to share something personal that you've been thinking about, or something fun on your desk that makes you happy, something that is occupying your brain, just so that we know a little more about you. So let me just type that in so you can share your name, pronouns, location, and then your job with CPI, and something a little personal. Could be I love color blue. Could be I'll show you something on my desk that I'm doing because I'll go first. But I'm Mary, and I am in Panama right now. It is raining, so if the power goes, I'll have to. Um, you might see the light go out behind me, but I should still be in. Thank you, whoever let Autumn in. Hey, Autumn, we're doing introductions. So I am and I put it in the chat. I'm Mary, my pronouns are she and her, and I am in Panama. My job is executive director. I think you all know my job. So I am trying to drive this bus. And this is something I've been working on creative. I've just been making this little scarf knitting. So yeah, something that makes me happy to look at and think about. So something creative. Okay. Hopefully that's all clear. And I will invite Ramis to go next. Would you go next, please?
Yeah, sure.
Mary,
Yes, dear.
I made a request because I have
Oh,
to
you
leave.
did. I'm so sorry, Davika. I completely forgot. You are
I made a,
correct.
I
Excuse
did.
me. Please go next, Davika.
Thank
Yes.
you. Sorry, Ramis. My name is
It's all
Davika
right.
Lyles. I live in Fort Worth, Texas. I am the diversity, inclusion, and community care team person. Something personal for me so that everybody kind of knows what's going on. I am the mother of a teenager who is a little bit of a nerd. Um, and tonight we are taking him to his very first Dungeons and Dragons game. And I need time to get there and get set up. And so I will be turning my camera off and listening. I will also be leaving the meeting at about 5:30 Central Time. Thank you for recording it because then I can go back and watch it. I had originally said no, but I really wanted to be here to meet people. So I can put my information in the chat. And yeah, I just wanted to share that so that I could be freed up. And thank you. Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you for keeping me honest, Davika. I am so sorry I missed that in the moment. Okay. Thanks for being with us for the moment that you can. Okay, cool. How about Ramis now?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ramis. My pronouns are they, them. I'm in Mexico City. And my role here at Cuddle Party is I'm working on community engagement, which mostly means like Lately, I've been working on the newsletter that we send to Cuddle Party facilitators and people that are training to become Cuddle Party facilitators. Um, and something personal about me is that I have a game studio, a video game studio that I'm trying to to build, and it is a very difficult but very engaging activity, which I love and also suffer sometimes.
Yeah, we all suffer for our art and our work sometimes, right? That's good. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, how about Adam? Would you care to go next?
Sure, I think I got my. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Hey, my name is Adam. It's 3 o'clock here in San Diego. My pronouns are he, him. Um, my role in Cuddle Party is primarily certification training for facilitators. And something personal, I woke up this morning with a notice from my insurance company that they were considering canceling because my payment didn't go through.
Uh-oh.
A little investigation, I found out I have an account that I use only for paying bills, and for some reason it had gotten wonky. So this big long list of things I'm trying to go through and
Mm,
figure out what needs to be paid.
mm. That's a pain in the butt. Sorry about that. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Adam.
What to choose next, huh? Nelly.
Hey everybody, my name's Nellie Wilson. They, them, she, her pronouns, and I live in Western Massachusetts in the United States. And I am the database manager cleanup person. So I've been working with the CRM and have been working some with Victor, who's looks like he's not here this evening in kind of getting things a little more streamlined. Victor manages all things website, and has been a big help in terms of thinking about how we can do the database, which CRM is basically the content management system that we use. So I use it interchangeably as a database where we have all of the information about our students, our certified people, people that are interested in Cuddle Party, anyone that is in the process of training, um, all those things. So just trying to kind of get a better handle on how we can utilize that database to keep better track of things. And something personal is so I had rescued a painted turtle from the middle of the road a couple months back, and just weekend before last, the wildlife rehabilitator I had brought it to said, "Hey, I'm going to be releasing the turtle back to the wilds, and would you like to come along with me?" And I was so excited about it. And so I got to help in releasing this little guy, which I had named Grover. And I've been inspired to try writing a children's story about it. So that's something that's up with me.
Wow,
All right.
sweet. I love it.
Les, if you want to go next.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Les Bender, and my pronouns are he, him, and his. I'm here in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. It's a suburb of Chicago. Let's see. My job with CPI is I'm a member of the board, and trying to be kind of a representative of the clients. And Mary and I just kind of work together a lot just on everything Cuddle Party of one
All
sort
the
or another.
things. Yep.
And let's see, earlier today, I participated in my first triadic model cuddle session with my cuddlist Keely and my therapist Shelley. It was extraordinary, and I was happy but tired by the end of it. But it was nice. And yeah, so I'm just waking up from my afternoon nap. So I'm here. Thank you.
Thanks, Les. That's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I
And
see that you answered the question in the chat from Autumn. What
oh,
is a CRM? It's a customer relationship management software.
yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. Thanks, Les. Are you complete?
I am.
Nice.
And Autumn, do you want to go next?
Yeah. I'm Autumn. My pronouns are they, them. I am working on the Rizuku training, editing the foundations of facilitation and the certification for Cuddle Party. And cool thing is that in November, I will be celebrating my 100th Cuddle Party facilitation. And so I just sent out the links to that. And the way that I decided to celebrate it was we're going to do a season of celebration. So for my October event, we're going to focus on celebrating all the helpers and assistants that make the cuddle parties run.
Ooh.
And then in November, we'll celebrate newcomers and just talk about what it was like when we were newcomers and just have different ways of celebrating newcomers. And then in December, we will celebrate I call it like celebrating the regulars. And then in parentheses, I put and irregulars. And I thought that was funny and I made myself chuckle. And I'm just really excited. I'm also going to have a community art for all three parties, all 3 months. I'm going to have like a community art thing that people can contribute to if they want to. And we'll have different we're going to have themed potlucks each month. And I'm just really excited to make it like a season of celebrating 100 cuddle parties in this community. So that is pretty exciting. For my personal thing, I have never seen all 5 Toy Stories. So I've just started to watch them all. And I just finished Toy Story 4, and it was really exciting. It's just so fun to be watching all the Toy Stories and being like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed these. They're so good.
Oh, how
So
fun. Now I have to go back and see if I even watched them all. I'm not sure.
oh my God, they're so freaking good. They are
They
so
are.
fire. So I
Yeah.
cannot recommend them highly enough. But when I say like, have you seen Toy Story to people? They're like, yeah, but I don't really remember. I'm like, go back, watch it again. It's so
Watch it
good.
again.
And I just
Nice.
want to also note that I'm leaving. I just had a cuddle session with somebody that ran a little bit over. That's why I was late. And so I'm going to be driving for part of this, stopping by the store, but I will, I'll be here. I'll just be
Mhm.
moving. So I'll turn my camera off whenever I'm doing that and my sound.
Okay. Thanks, Autumn. Thanks for
Yep.
being here how you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Cool. We got everybody, right? Okay. Yeah, thanks for being here, you guys. Yeah, and I appreciate Davika and Autumn showing up as they can and when they can, and everybody else as well. Thank you for being here. Yeah, we want this to be easy, you know. It should be not a hard thing, and have you be able to enjoy and be with us when you can. So I want to share the org chart since we just did introductions. I want you to see who else is a part of this. Just as a quick overview. Our board of directors consists of me as the president. Our secretary is Cassie Daala. She's in Ohio. Davika is on the board, and so is Les. Ethan Kasef is our treasurer. So that is our board at the moment. And then I am actively recruiting to the board. As you see, we have 5 on the board and we would like to have 10.
Mary, can
Yes,
I interrupt?
of course.
I'm not seeing the org chart. I'm just seeing what
Oh,
looks like is maybe your desktop.
Yeah.
did I show you the wrong thing? I am so sorry.
There's a pretty picture of stars,
Pretty
but
picture of stars. Okay, does this
There's
is
the
it better
org
now?
chart. Yep,
Yes.
got it now.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for telling me. I appreciate that. Yeah, so here's
Yep.
our board. Actively inviting people to the board meetings right now. Anybody who is interested, please ask a board member for an invite and you can come sit on a board meeting. We ask you to participate in 2 board meetings, and then at your 3rd board meeting, if you are still interested in being a director, and someone else will nominate you, we can vote you in as a director. That's how it works. So yeah, you guys are invited if you are interested, and please encourage other people because I'd like to have 10 people on the board. And
Mary, can you go over the board positions that are available right now?
yeah, sure. The officers that we are required to have are president, and that involves setting the agenda and just kind of running the meeting. That's the job of the president. And the secretary is actually pretty important. They manage all of our corporate records, signing off on the minutes and things like that. And then the treasurer is the one who has oversight of the money. They don't actually have to manage, they don't have to do the money, but they have to review the reports, and it's their responsibility. And the job of the board as a whole is to oversee the executive director. So I report to the board as my boss, to make sure that I am running the company in accordance with our mission and vision, and making sure that we have policy in place that works with our mission and vision. And when we need to update the mission, that the board does that. So the board makes big policy decisions. We'll vote on it there. Any questions about what the board does? No? Okay. So we have Davika is our assistant secretary with Cassie. So we have 4 officers right now, and then the rest of our folks are members at large, directors at large. So, and we have, as I said, 5 open slots. So yeah, always looking for new board members, and I've been recruiting people, so we should have more people in the next meeting. And the next board meeting is October 14th. It's the second Tuesdays, and it will be at 1 p.m. Central here in the Cuddle Party room. So you guys are all invited. So, okay. On our teams, we have our training delivery team with Adam and Davika, who are running the, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm just a little jangled right now, but words are getting out, so hopefully I'm being clear. But yeah, and please do interrupt me. I don't want this to be a lecture. Like, this is a group experience, right? If there's something I missed or if something isn't clear. So Adam and Davika are our primary trainers right now on the Zoom calls. And then for supporting them, we have Scobie and Francis have been helping support them with the calls. And then we've got Nellie, who's also supporting by managing the calendar updates and invites in Ruzuku. So thanks, you guys. In our training development team, we have Adam here. We have a few other folks that have been helping with that. Relly and Francis, Davika have been coming to the discussion groups where we've been discussing the content and the changes that we might want to make in the welcome circle. And so for those of you, I think everyone here knows about that. And if those of you watching the recording, if you're interested and you haven't got an invite, please let me know, because we will be having some more discussions. And I'm going to talk about our training development plan and right after I'm done with this org chart. On the IT team, we've got me, I'm the webmaster. We've got Les, who's helping support some stuff there. And Victor Salmon is our web developer. He's up in Canada. And I've actually hired him and his company to help manage our back end of our website, because it's just got a lot of plugins and things that are just kind of falling apart. It's kind of held together with gum. So he's been doing a good job of trying to just get things a little more solid, and we've been moving a few things around on the back end just to make it, yeah, solid. That's the word. So I've been meeting with Victor once a month, and I know he's been meeting with a few of you, Nellie, and yeah, so working together of how to keep our data good between the website and the CRM, which is a really cool project to me. Nellie too, I hope, right? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And then we have our DIC team, which is our diversity, inclusion, community care, as Davika said. And Keely has had to step down. Unfortunately, she has stepped off the teams and off from the board. So right now, Davika is on the team by herself. I see a hand. Autumn, yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick plug for the welcome circle meetings or the
Oh, sure.
the
Discussion meetings, yeah.
yeah, the discussion meetings, because
Mhm.
what I've found is that when we're talking about the welcome circle and we're updating the welcome circle, those conversations have been really lively and engaging, and they give me a lot of great ideas to then go back to my cuddle parties with, the ones that I'm running, and try stuff out. So you can beta test stuff that we've talked about with your groups. So if anyone's sort of on the fence about like, to me, um, they don't feel like regular meetings. They feel like just really alive, um
Mhm.
and yeah, I want to plug them because they've been great.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that, Autumn. Yeah, thank you for that. The discussion has been amazing, and we've been recording them to pull out like what do we as a group want to do it, what improvements we want to make in the training and with the welcome circle, and that has been informing what we're doing with the Rizuku classes. So we'd love to have more input there all the time.
Is there a specific time that you guys meet, or like do you have a regular standing meeting, or?
We have been trying that, and right now there's a doodle pull out to figure out when the next one is. Do you want to be invited to that, Nellie?
Sure, I'd love to.
That'd be great. Let me get you on that list. Let me start a new to-do little section here. I've got all my notes. I was working on my notes today, so I was trying to come out of my old notebook into my new notebook. I was trying to capture all my undone things. Let's see. Nellie to discussion group. Okay, thank you, Nellie. I appreciate that.
I have a question about that. Is that the
Sure.
meeting that we've been having on Tuesdays?
It is the Tuesday evening meeting.
Right. Okay. I just wanted, because it sounded
Yeah.
like there was some uncertainty as to when it was going to be. And I got it feeling insecure about whether I had it in my calendar.
Yeah, tomorrow night, it is not scheduled for tomorrow night because I was trying to find a different time and I haven't announced it yet. So the next one is not announced at this time.
Okay, so clear
So,
that.
yeah, so you can take it off your calendar for tomorrow night, Adam. Thank you. Um, okay, let's see. Go back to, I always lose my thing up in the under the share screen thing. Anyway, okay, and then we have on our communications team, we have Ramis managing our newsletter and some social media for us, which has been awesome. We've got 2 newsletters that have gone out, and a third one is in the works. So yeah, you've got who's gotten the newsletter? You seen it? Okay, who didn't get the newsletter? Who hasn't seen it? We don't know. You haven't seen it, Adam? Okay. Autumn, you haven't seen it? Okay, well, I'll make sure you're on the list. It's going out through a MailChimp listserv. So let me
I
make
was trying to find my unmute button. I
ah,
don't know if I've gotten it or not, so I will
okay.
check.
Okay. Yeah, so two newsletters have gone out and they will very soon be in the blog on the website as soon as I can make that happen. But that has been on my list for a couple of weeks to get into the blog pages of the website. So you can access them on the website when I get that done. Um, We also have some support from Garth, who announces virtual cuddle events. So anytime you know of any kind of virtual cuddle or cuddle adjacent event, if we let Garth know, he will send it to his newsletter, which has been really nice for managing the virtual events that I've been promoting. I've been doing virtual cuddle parties about once a month for the last while, just to get some experience there and to help me inform doing the training for virtual cuddle parties in the Rizuku, so that's coming up. Um, Douglas was gonna help us do he's helping with some admin on the Facebook group, but he's also agreed to do some reach out campaign of just calling people like we just haven't heard from you. We don't know how we can get in touch with you. So that's what he is doing. And I also have Geeta Davian who's doing some video editing for us. Uh, some of you know Davian, I think. And then on our finance team, we have Ethan as our board treasurer, and then it's mostly me, but we do have some professionals hired to help us, which I was surprised to find out several months after I became the executive director. But our bookkeeper is Nicole Homeltellier, and then our tax accountant is Michael Gerstein, and they've both been very helpful with some very good advice and contacts. Oh, who's here? Oh, it's Scobie. Yay. Okay. And then for operations, we've got Adam who's helping manage our recruitment and our messages that are coming into the website. And we've got Nellie who's managing the CRM, and Les is also helping with operations. He's supporting me to do admin things. So that is our current org chart. Any questions on that? Okay. I wanted to introduce you guys to each other and let you know, like, we are a company, we're growing, and it's because of you, you're here, and I love that you're here. Thank you so much. And we need to grow more. So if you know anybody else who wants to come work for us, we actually can offer some budget now, which we were not able to do for a long time. And we love volunteers, and I absolutely want volunteers, but I also have a value in my heart that we should get paid for the work that we love. So I am working on that. And we're in a good place right now. As long as I'm talking about the budget, we've got about $19,000 in the bank right now, which is a really good place to be. And we've been holding pretty steady at that for about this whole year. So I want to acknowledge Adam for bringing in the new signups that have helped us stay at pretty solid at that level with what's going out. And we're actually bringing in about the same as what's going out right now, which has been so nice and such a relief. So yes.
Woohoo!
Yeah, thank you. I want to
That is
celebrate, right?
exciting. Oh
I
my
know,
God,
it's totally
yes.
exciting. It's totally exciting. Yeah. Okay, I see Davika, your hand is raised.
Yes, my love.
Yes.
Before I leave, I want to
Mhm,
make sure that if there's any questions or anything like that,
mhm.
about Dick and what we're doing, that I have updated people, because I'm getting ready to go now.
I'm ready to go. Okay. Any questions for
Anybody?
Davika?
I can just share what I've been doing.
That'd be great. Yeah, please
Yeah,
do.
so what I've been noticing is that there are places and spaces that since COVID, we're not filling in as facilitators. One of those spaces is bridging the gap between online people and people in person. So I've been in the background having events on Go Brunch that are not necessarily cuddle parties, but are community events that like bring a face to the people who have heretofore just been kind of registering on that forum group. It's not necessarily the official Cuddle Party group. If you haven't been in there, I would advise you to go in there, find your region or your area, and start talking to people. It is my hope that by the sometime next year, we have incorporated like a face-to-face community that we can't necessarily build on Zoom, but we can do on Go Brunch. And so I've been doing that. Last month I was traveling, so I kind of took a little time off. I didn't do my community event, but I think I'll do one this month and then in October, and then I'll take off November and probably December. But it's a great way to, if you are hosting a cuddle party event online and you want a space that is highly interactive and not necessarily Zoom, I can provide that for you. And just, whatever you need. I also do office hours on Thursdays. I lead the Tuesday Cuddle Party call at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then I also do office hours from 3 to 4 on Thursday. So I'm here. If you need anything, if you have questions about you can ask me for, ask Mary. Otherwise, if there's nothing else.
I have one more thing that just came up.
Sure.
In the future, Davika and Ramis, can I put you guys together so Ramis, you could do a spotlight on Davika? I think we have our spotlight for the next one, but after that.
Sure.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, for sure.
That
Cool.
works.
Nice. I would love it.
Okay, okay.
All right. Thank you, Davika.
Thank you. Okay, bye. Thanks for letting me be here however I be here. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Enjoy. Thank you. Okay,
Okay,
bye.
bye.
Okay. Nice. Does anything come up for anybody in that moment? I just want to make sure everybody always gets a chance to talk if you want to talk. So,
Do we want to
Nelly.
just offer a second for Scobie to introduce themselves?
Thank you. Yes, please. I would love that. Scobie, are you available to introduce yourself? We did introductions before you got on.
Oh, yes, thank you. I'm Scobie. I'm coming out of San Jose. She or they. Been going to Cuddle Party since 2017, got certified in 2022, and have been helping out with the training team over this last year as I can.
Yeah.
And also been contributing to revising the welcome circle again as I can. And yeah, appreciate the invite for this. Sorry, I got sidetracked with errands and only just got home and realized, all right, got to get on Zoom.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, thank you. All right, good. And thanks, Nelly, for that. This is group effort. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, I want to show you something that I've been developing. It is where I am holding the knowledge of how it is to work at Cuddle Party. This is a Rizuku class I've been developing. Can you see it? Where it says modules and lessons. And up in the top left corner, this is the name of the class. It's called Working at Cuddle Party Inc. Policy and Procedures. And I'm going to invite everybody. I'm going to send everyone on this call and everyone on the org chart an invitation to come into this class because this is where I'm trying to document everything of how it is to work at Cuddle Party. Because when I came in, I kind of had to figure out a lot of stuff on my own. And I was like, there's got to be a better way to do this. And I know there has been tons of work done before me, and I don't know how to access it. So I need to figure out a way to make this better so that people can access things because we will have turnover. We're going to have new people. And as I said, one of my visions is to make it scalable so that it doesn't have to be like word of mouth to train people. I can say, go to the class and read it. So some of the things we've got here are welcome and what's our integrity of working here. And when I say working here, I mean I include volunteers. So volunteers and contractors. You guys are contractors right now if you're being paid, but I do hope to make that actual staff in the next year, perhaps for some of you. So workers. Thank you, workers. So yes, we have an onboarding process. I should have done an agreement with all of you. I like to have a written agreement for volunteers as well, for everybody who's doing anything here, just so that we have it written and we know what our agreement is. So if I don't have that with you yet, I'm pretty sure I do with you guys. But anybody who's on the recording, please contact me and say, hey, I don't have my written agreement yet. I need help to be accountable, just so you know, and I'm asking for it. But that's my intention, that everybody who's doing work with us has an agreement so we know that we're on the same page. And I've got the link to the org chart there. I've got how we manage our Zoom, our Gmail accounts. You have an option to have a booking calendar that comes with your Cuddle Party Gmail account if we've assigned you one of those. How our Google Drive is working, which is not very well at the moment. The files are in there, but I can't find them. I don't know. I need help. Anyway, so all of this is in here. How to assign access to the Rizuku and how to manage the students. It's all in here so that we know what we're doing. And just so you know, the password sheet is somewhere else. So we only give you the passwords if this is actually your job. But the info is here of how to do it. Managing the LACRM, what Nelly's doing. So yeah, if you come in here, for instance, Nelly, and you look at this is probably the only one you really need to look at, Nelly, because that's the job you're doing. And you see that something's wrong, please let me know and we'll fix it in here because I really would like to have the documentation all in one place.
Mm-hmm. And just to add for like kind of some transparency for the rest of folks is we're actually looking to change from our current less annoying CRM program to a different CRM called Fluent CRM. And so as that transition starts to happen, I will definitely be doing a bunch of documentation and we'll make sure that that gets put in here. And so like people know how to be able to utilize that going forward.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Nellie. And then I've got how we manage the admin, like managing the inquiries. This is the work Adam's doing, managing the phone messages, answering emails and things like that, managing the applications that are coming in from the website. So Adam, this is the section that you are doing. So if you want to come look at here and see if I've got it all in here right, that would be really helpful. At some point. Are you talking?
You're gonna send copies of this to all of us anyway.
Yes,
You're not
yes.
inviting me to look at it now and give you a response in a moment.
No, I don't need a response right now. I'm not asking for that. You'll get an email that says you're invited to this Rizuku class if you haven't gotten it already. And when you come in, this is the section I'm inviting you, Adam, especially to look at.
What's it called again?
It's called Admin, Answer Inquiries and Bringing on Students.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. Let's see. And then I've got it documented here of the training path for students. Like, what is the expectation as a trainer? How do we accept a new trainee? What's our policy for students stopping payments or for getting a scholarship? It's all in here. How do we train our trainers to manage the Zoom calls? That's in here too. And what do we want to do when somebody completes their certification? And how do we manage the payment tracking? So that's all here. Here's how to manage the website. Policies that we've put out for facilitators, like position statements. I've done a policy, we did a policy on COVID and pandemic response for our facilitators. And we also put out a policy statement on how do facilitators manage with erections at cuddle parties, because that was a question that came in from one of our facilitators. What's their official policy on that? So we have a policy statement on that. Board business, how to manage the board, what's the responsibilities on the board, here's the bylaws, and how do we manage the corporate records? So that's all in here too. Financial, managing the funds, what we need to do annually for like filings and registrations. Managing the annual report. I have been doing an annual report at the January board meetings, and I plan to keep doing that. So there will be an annual report at the January 2026 board meeting that just talks about what we did in the last year. How many volunteer hours do we think we had? How many staff hours? What was the budget like? How many people certified? Things like that. What we accomplished. And we have been accomplishing things, which is nice to see, to have a report to show that. I do want to start doing some personnel reviews with folks. And this staff meeting is kind of a start to that process of figuring out when that might happen. And really, it's more of just like an interview to see how you're doing in your work and make sure that we're connected. And I'll ask you like what barriers you have to the job that you've been given and how we can help you resolve that. So I want to be more connected and this is the way we did it at my old work. And so I think it's a good model to follow. And I haven't implemented it yet, but when I do, you'll know. So yeah, but it's more just to do a check-in and make sure you have what you need to do the job that we've given you. And then I just have some notes here that I've gathered on employee handbooks and working for charities. We are registered in California as a nonprofit. Excuse me, let me turn that off. So I wanted to show you that really quickly, that is in progress. It is absolutely not complete or finished, but there is a lot of good stuff there. So
Question,
yeah.
Mary.
Yes,
And
please.
probably I've got the answer someplace already, but what
Okay.
kind of nonprofit are we scheduled? Are we organized as? Is it a school? Is it a charity?
We are 501c3 nonprofit as an educational company.
All right, thanks.
Mhm.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure.
Yes. Yeah, and it's the same division. 501c3 is what churches and schools usually sign up under. the same division, but we're with an education mission, so we can fit there. Yeah. Okay. Any questions about that stuff? No? We good? Okay, what else have I got here in my notes? Where are we going? What are we doing? I think you guys are involved, so I hope you know, but let's talk about it. Because big things are happening and I'm super excited. But yeah, we're on the cusp of rolling out some new curriculum. And the process for that has been uh, moving slowly in the background, but it's going to ramp up in the next couple months. I've got um, some reviewers lined up. Autumn and I and a few of you also have contributed, and we've made a good first pass on the FOF to create it a little more as something a little more standalone. The Foundation of Facilitation Ruzuku class is its own class, and it's a prerequisite for taking the Cuddle Party certification class in Ruzuku to become certified. And so the Foundation of Facilitation, my intention for that was to revise it a little more so that it was a little bit more universal for group connection facilitators, not so specific to Cuddle Party. And I think we've done that, and I'm pretty proud of it and the work that we've done with Autumn and everybody else who's contributed. Um, so I have released it now to a second wave of reviewers, Autumn. I copied you on that. You don't have to do anything, Autumn, with it. I just wanted you to know that that went out. So cool. Thank you. I see you. And so hopefully they will be getting back to me in the next 3 or 4 weeks with their feedback. And the plan after that is we are going to be doing a student cohort in October. And I've got several folks lined up for that to go through the curriculum as if they are a student, but they are like invited students that I know that can help give us feedback as a student. So we'll run the Zoom calls and things like that, just like we would as a real student taking it, and see what comes up. Like, are there any pitfalls here that we didn't think about, or it's going to be an accelerated level to go through the classes with them that way. Because I want to get through it by the end of November. So that's the plan. And I'm kind of leaving December because you can't do much work in December, but actually that's also a fudge. So we have a little bit of room to fudge through December. I would like to start announcing that we have our new classes ready in December to roll out for January 1. That's my timeline. And I think it's doable still right now. As we get the cert class done, we'll send that out to the second level of reviewers, and then add them in the student cohort for the last half of the student cohort, the beginning of end of October, beginning of November for them to look at. Scobie.
For that one that's going to be going through it as a cohort with regular times, is that group full, or are you looking for more people? Because I know someone that had signed up for the facilitation training, but the do it at your own pace really wasn't working for them. And so I was wondering if this was something that I might be able to point towards them.
Perhaps. I'm looking for some specific people. What I think is missing from our group right now are people that don't know Cuddle stuff. People that are not aware of the Cuddle world, like brand new people. And I would like to have that represented in this cohort, because I'd like to know, are we using jargon? Are we using stuff that makes sense to us, but not to somebody who's brand new? So I do think that dynamic is missing.
Okay.
So if they meet that, I mean, if they're already signed up and they've already paid, I would consider them more, because what I've offered as an incentive to do it, as this accelerated class is the people I've invited are getting to do it for free. And they're also an invite audience of people that I trust and want to. It's kind of a win-win for both of us for them to be able to do it this way. And I have some trainers lined up to lead the Zoom calls. but yeah, I would consider just have them book a time with me and see if they're a good candidate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the idea of it is we're going to go through all of the written material in that time, and then they can finish the certification requirements at their own, later, because we won't be able to get all of that done. They're not going to do 3 review parties in a month. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
but yeah,
All right. Yeah.
that's the intent.
I'll reach out to you in terms of the people that are already signed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll talk to some people that might, they've got a little bit of crossover, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm interested in that, and we're also interested in diverse voices too. So definitely, and if you really think someone's a good fit, just send them to me. So I'm open to talking with anybody. But those are kind of the holes we have right now in the cohort. So that's the plan. And then I also have a marketing company hired that will be doing a video for us, a professional video for rolling out the new classes. And I would like to invite you guys to give us content. We need content for that. We need like little video clips of on this on the homepage of the website. There is an invite to do a story prompt where you can take a video and just say, I love Cuddle Party. Even just that would be awesome. I would love to have that from you and your participants and anybody else, or just photos of your events. So we've been trying to invite folks, from within the newsletter, we've been inviting folks to do this, but we need content. We're shockingly shy of content, and it's hard to find. So unless you want to see like my face everywhere, then we need to get content from other people.
Well, to be fair, I don't think it's shocking because we have a no photo policy at our events, so it makes sense.
It's true.
It actually makes a lot of sense that we don't have any. And this is what I run into all the time when I'm trying to think about how do I pitch my events? How do I?
Yeah,
It makes
you're
a lot of
right.
sense that we don't have any photos, but it also is a real problem when we're trying to market.
It is. Yeah, and the way around it may not work in your community, Autumn, but you announce it as this is a media party. We want to take
Yeah.
photos for media. And of course, in the moment, you can still say no. We will tell you we're going to take photos now, and you can come out of it,
Oh yeah, that does sound
Yeah.
good. I'll just have a media
Yeah.
party.
Yeah,
I love it.
just tell people it's a media party. I've done that
Okay.
when like Channel 2 News came to one of my parties, and I just had to really be very clear. Channel 2 is going to be here, and so will the newspaper. They're going to be
So
taking photos.
with this marketing company, is that something like if I did host a media event, could they come and take the photos?
Ooh, no, not this
Okay.
one. No.
Okay.
But
So
some
I would have to find someone to take photos.
hmm
Okay. All right, got
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, and for this group right here, we have a little bit of budget to help with that if you want to like put in an expenditure
Okay.
request for that.
Okay.
Um hmm Yeah, that'd be great. I was just thinking of
Got
like
it.
people taking photos with their phone, to take a group photo at the end. Remis.
I was wondering, would it be useful
Take it back.
if we all did like a short story prompt with
Yes.
the thing that
Yes,
okay.
please. Yeah, right on the cuddleparty.com website that says share your story. So just click on that. You could take your own video and it saves it all in there. Or you could just take a video on Zoom or however you take a video on your phone and send it to me. That works too. Whatever's easiest for you. So yeah, we need some content and help other people bring us content as well. Nellie?
For doing like media cuddle parties, do you have like a release form that you have people sign, like for photography, that they like give their consent for that, or would it be useful for like cuddle party in putting out information about like, hey, we're looking for, like media content. And here's a release form that people can sign that we can
It would
hold on
be.
to.
Yes, absolutely it would be. Is that something you would like to have provided or something you can provide for us?
Um, I'm trying to think if I still have I think I've got access to just like kind of the template release form at least. I can take a look.
That'd
But
be
I
fantastic.
think it might be nice for like the organization to,
Mhm.
you know, have a form that people could use to just kind of have that level of, you know, like consent and clarity.
Absolutely. I agree. Thank you, Nellie. That's a great idea. And we've
Yeah,
talked
you're
about it
welcome.
before and it just hasn't happened. But yes, if you'll send that to me, I will get that out there. And Remy said like to include that in the next newsletter. Like if we need media, and if you're holding a media party, here's how to do it, and here's the release. If you can put that on your
Yeah, for
list.
sure. I actually made a release form for a media party that I did like 2 years ago or something like that. I
Okay.
can search for it and see if it's well made because I don't remember exactly what words we use, but
Mm,
I can check it out to see if I can translate it in English for
okay.
it to work. Yeah,
Yeah, if you can find it, it doesn't take too much time. I'd love to see it. Yeah,
yes,
that'd
for
be
sure.
great. Thank you. Yeah, so this is the current project. It's taken a lot of energy and time, but I think it's going to be very much worth it, and I'm really excited about it. I'd like to hear what you guys are feeling about what we've been doing. If anybody has any thoughts they want to share or feedback, what do you think about the curriculum reboot that we've been working on? Anyone? No? No thoughts to share?
I have a question about and I haven't looked at it yet, and that's the
Uh-huh.
top of the to-do list now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Something like the FOF, is it mostly
Mm-hmm.
things you've added and or organized together, or are there pieces of
Yeah.
it that you took out?
I don't think we really took anything away, but we explained it differently and organized it differently, and we've added quite a bit, honestly. So yeah.
Yeah, I can speak a little bit to that, Adam, because I
Thanks,
really
Autumn.
had my hands in the whole thing quite
Mm-hmm.
a bit. And I will say that most of what the goal of the FOF, of what we were doing with the FOF was there was three big intentions in that edit. One was to streamline the FOF because there were places where the same thing was said multiple times
Mm-hmm.
and it felt really repetitive. And so trying to get it really streamlined in a way so that it wasn't like we were constantly repeating ourselves in different sections, um, but that the language that we were using was really sharp and clear, um, and a little bit more um, direct. And then the second thing was, how are there places where this language is outdated and not accessible to everybody? So are we using language that sounds kind of jargony, or is not including, are they not including every community? And then the third one was, let's see. Oh, I think those were two separate things. One was, where is it jargony and how can we make it less jargony? And then the third one was, how can we make it accessible to all marginalized communities, to all different types of people, and also all different types of learners? So how can we make it more accessible? So applying this to neurodivergent learning styles. So everybody who takes this there's something in here for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And also just kind of stripping out some of the really specific Cuddle Party stuff, so because that will go
Oh,
in
yeah.
that'll go into the CERT course instead of the FOF.
Yeah.
So that it's
Thank you.
more universally applicable for all group
Mm-hmm.
connection facilitators.
Helpful, really helpful, as a lens to go through the curriculum with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Adam.
it was a
Well, by the
really
way, it's something that I
intense
had been
process.
meaning to do for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Kept being too busy, so I really appreciate the time and the energy that you put into doing that.
Yeah, it was a really great process. That's one of the things I love to do is to go into something with a really clear goal. And so once I was able to, at first it was really overwhelming, but once I was able to like solidify, get really clear on what the goals are, then the process was, we were able to make it happen. And
Yeah.
now I'm getting ready to go through the specific Cuddle Party cert and do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so that is our plan for the next 3 or 4 months through the end of the year, and then some. And I think I said already, but I want some marketing help, more marketing help. We'll have a video from this company, but then where are we going to put it? How are we going to promote it? How are we going to get it out there? If anybody knows anyone with marketing help, if you want to help with more marketing, I have been doing some research on marketing. I am not a marketer. I know enough to know that I need help with marketing. So if you know anybody, you know any companies that can work with our budget, please point them my way. You guys all have my booking link. That's the best way. Like you don't have to ask, can I send this person to you? Just send them, just book a time with Mary. I prefer not to like free range my phone number out there too much, but my booking link, please. Yes.
Mary, where do we find your booking link?
It's in all the emails I've been sending.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I can send I'll send it again, but
No,
it's
no,
all,
it's fine. If it's in all the
yeah.
emails, then I'll just
hmm
use that.
Yeah, it's the
Because I
invitation.
do have somebody in mind that might have
Mhm.
connections to do that.
Ooh, nice. Yay.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Yay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is kind of the big plan for our big redo. Um, and then do you want to hear what my plan is for after that? Or should we just not worry
Yes.
about that right now?
Yeah, keep going.
Because there's life after that, right? Stuff happens.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So we're gonna we're gonna take a break for a minute, for a couple months maybe. It's like till March or so, see how the rollout's going, right? And then I want to do the next class that I want to do is on the repair process for groups, for group communities. Because we did put some into the FOF, but it's not enough. And we don't really have the capacity to do it right now because it's such an involved topic that I really want to address well. So that's one of the next classes that I want to create is this repair process for group communities. And it's about restorative justice and how do we manage that? Because there's just hardly anything out there, right? Oh, thank you, Remy. Excellent. Yeah. So that will be a heavy project in next year that I really want to do well. Oh, and I forgot to tell you something. So this year we have the FOF and we have the CERT class that we're rolling out. I have two other classes that I'm rolling out at the same time. Organizer assistant certified training. We are going to offer training for people to become a certified organizer/assistant of cuddle parties so that people who don't want to be a facilitator, but they really want to have a larger role of helping to manage events, create events in their area, they can get some training and become certified with us so that they can do all the back end work. They can plan the event, do the meetup, do the whatever, do the promotion, find the venue. And we're just gonna pull those bits out of out of the FOF that we've got and put it into the organizer part. Is that a question, Adam, or are you celebrating?
That was a celebration.
Yay! I know. I'm super excited for this. This is something that I've wanted and something every facilitator I've talked to has wanted. Like, I just want someone to plan it and I can just show up and facilitate. I'm like, yeah, I think there are people out there who don't want to facilitate. They would love to plan it. So, yeah, I hadn't quite done the review process quite as much on that because it's really just pulling pieces out of what we've already got in the training. So we'll do a little review on that. I'll probably be focusing more on that in November, December. And it gives us a couple advantages. It'll get us hooked in with more people in the Cuddle Party community. So CPI will know like, oh, we have more than just the facilitator there. We know the organizers, and they're in our lists and they have our training and our resources. And it will also be a lower cost than facilitation training. So if people want like a step in, a lower cost of entry something to get in with us to get started, they could go to the organizer training first. And then if they want to later, they can apply that to the facilitator training. So I am excited about that. And then the fourth class that supports all of that is Cuddle Party Ambassador Training, which is for our participants. And it's just offering kind of a next level for our veterans that have been to a lot of cuddle parties that kind of want to step up, do a little bit more, have a little bit more knowledge for themselves. Again, kind of as a really low cost entry to get them hooked in with Cuddle Party Inc. and get us to know who they are, give them a little more clout. It's that one's going to be a pretty low cost, and it's just to give our participants a little more buy-in with Cuddle Party Inc. So I'm super excited about that. Les has been helping me with that one. He represents our participants. And yeah, it's not very much, but it's something. It's way more than they had before. And I think having that connection point to these different levels of our community is really going to help Cuddle Party Inc. be a community builder. And that is my vision that we've been working on of like, we want to build a community instead of like, you're a certified facilitator, go out and you're on your own. Like, so that is the change that we are slowly implementing at the moment. So there will be 4 new classes rolling out at the new year that I'm really excited about. Any questions about that?
I think these all sound great, and I'm really excited about the new offerings. I think something that I'm thinking about is I think it would be great to round out these offerings with something free, because I know for me, some of like I try and like there's 2 things that I offer every month that are free, that supplement. I feel like there's supplemental offerings for the community so that everything that I offer isn't paid. And there really are people that come to my free events every single time, and they aren't able to come to all my paid events. And there's a way in which, like, for somebody to be a Cuddle Party ambassador, like, it's almost like we're like, here, pay, please pay money to do free advertising for us. And so there's a part of me that feels like I would think, like, I'm thinking that should be a free offering. Like an ambassador training should be, I would want that to be a free offering as a way of saying we appreciate our participants so much, and we recognize that we're already getting something from them. If they take the training to be an ambassador, we would be getting marketing that we don't have to pay for. So it's sort of like our marketing budget. Like if we think of it as instead of putting money into marketing, we put time and energy into creating this. And we put money into this, and then the marketers are the people who took the class. Because I can think of a lot of people that would take it if it was free. But if it was those very same people, they just wouldn't be able to afford it. But they love Cuddle Party so much, and they're so passionate about it. I know they would take it if it was free. And so that's what comes to mind for me. And then
wait, before you go on to something else, I like that idea a lot. I have been thinking about like what will be our free funnels of how we could bring people in. I don't have an answer for that yet, but I have been thinking about it. I was thinking more of articles and things, but yeah, maybe this class. And we are going to discuss a payment plan of like what we want these things to cost and things like that at the board meeting in October. That's the plan, to set prices and figure all of that out in October at the board meeting. So please do come to that board meeting if you're interested in that discussion. I would love to have you there.
What's the date and time again?
October 14th at 1 p.m. Central here in this Meet Zoom room, meetcuddleparty.org Zoom room.
So 1 p.m. Central is 11 a.m. Pacific?
11 a.m. Pacific on Tuesday, October 14th.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and my plan is to set all the pricing and figure all of that out, what our policies are for the new classes in that meeting. So yeah, I love that idea though. Part of my idea with the ambassador is that if they actually really want it, they could just take the class and read it. But if they really wanted like the oh, where'd it go? I have my little name tags here. If they wanted one like this that said Cuddle Party Ambassador, they could pay a $50 additional and get a review from their a recommendation from their facilitator and do an interview with one of us, and then we could pass them off and be like, yep, you represent, and you get a little name tag that says you're actually officially an ambassador. But we'll discuss it in October. That's one of my ideas of like something that could be offering levels, like you. Anyway, those are ideas. We'll keep discussing those.
Those are held on by magnet.
Yeah, these are held on by magnets. That's pretty cool. It's like a kind of a false suede, and it's got a magnet that you just stick in your shirt, which is nice. It's soft. It's not pointy. It's not paper. It's not sticky. I'm promoting these. I'm liking these a lot. I was thinking, and I'm gonna show these at the October meeting too, because I think when people actually certify that we should send them one of these without them having to pay any more. It's less than $5. So yeah, Scobie's saying yes. So, because I'd like something uniform that, I mean, they can choose a color and whatever, but if people have these, it's kind of just something official from us that's tangible that like, yep, you passed, you certified, here's the thing, here's a present. It's a little incentive. Yeah, so we'll talk about that more in October as well to see if that's something we all really want, but keep that in your head. Think about it. Bring us your feedback. Let's see. So, anything else on that right now?
What was the time for that board meeting again?
It will be 11 a.m. Pacific on October 14th. Let me just double check that because my brain is not working anymore. Let me make absolute sure. Yes, Tuesday, October 14th, 11 a.m. Pacific, Adam. Okay, cool. Yes, and you guys are invited to help with that discussion. The board members will be voting on it, but we love to have feedback from everybody for that. So, yeah, okay. So, I would like to, next topic, I want to ask you guys to give me feedback on how I'm doing with my job. You don't have to do it right here. If you want to send me an email, or I can do a form if that works for you. I haven't done one yet, but I can send you a feedback form. Or if you want to tell me right now, I'm open to that if you want to share with everybody. But I would love to just hear how you guys think I'm doing. I want to invite feedback. I just want to let you know I'm open for that. I want to grow as a leader, as your director, as your president of the board. So, and I want to know that you guys are on board. I don't want to be a dictator. I want this to be a group. Thank you, Autumn. I want to work by group. You know, community synergy. That's one of my big things of like creating community. So thank you. Les, you have something?
Yeah. I was just going to say, I can give you my feedback now.
Okay.
You and I have worked a lot together, like a lot. And you've been very patient and diligent, well organized, and really wearing a lot of hats. Educator and administrator and president and director and organizer and all of that. And I don't think the organization could ask for a better leader. I mean, I know you're looking to share some of that responsibility, and kind of just as a formal, like, hey, I shouldn't be doing both of these jobs, which is true, but more like you shouldn't be having to, but you do, and you're clever, and I know these are kind of blanket compliments, but it's to get specific about what I've seen you do would take an hour. So
yeah. Well, I'm
you know,
looking
I mean,
for, I love hearing the compliments, Les. Thank you. And I'm also looking for where can I grow? What's something that I could do better? So,
well,
but I appreciate it.
um, uh, I don't know, like
If you think of
rest,
something, send it to me.
rest,
Oh, yes, I
yeah,
could
rest.
do that one better. It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. I do get a little stressed out. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Nice. Thank you, Les. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Anyone else have a thought? Remy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying very hard to think about something that I think could be better. I'm I haven't found something in my head. But I will really
Mm,
really keep looking for it.
mm-hmm,
But one thing that I mean, a couple of things that I really really like about what you're doing is that I feel that the big push that you're doing to put a lot of structure into the company, I think that that's pretty amazing.
mm,
And I know from experience that it's very, very hard to work with, like, to manage a group where you're not like uh that is not like full time, you know.
mm, mm-hmm.
It is a big, big challenge.
Yeah.
And I really, I don't know, I really think that you're doing it pretty good. Um,
Mm, mm,
and
thank you.
also, I really think that the energy and the enthusiasm that you bring to the meetings, it it helps a lot.
Mm,
Uh, so yeah, I mean, but I will really try to think about something that I think get better. But
thank
yeah, I
you.
mean, I
Yeah.
really appreciate everything that you do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Aramis. I appreciate that. Good. Yeah, I just want to let you guys know I was open for that, and always, if there's something that's feeling weird, come talk to me about it, please. And if it's something that you don't feel safe talking to me about, you can always talk to Davika. She's our DIC team person to help manage these concerns. So that's
Well,
the avenue.
I will say, since I think I know what you're going for,
Hmm.
um, I will say that you could stand to be more confident in your leadership and trust
Mm.
yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Um, because I do think that there's a really fine line between,
Hmm.
like, I feel like there's this place where it's like, and I struggle with this too
Hmm.
in my community. There's this desire to get everybody's feedback and everyone's opinion, and then there's also like making the decision and just being like, it's okay that not everybody's gonna like it. And I feel like that is part of being socially conditioned female, and it's also
Hmm.
part of like being in a community that is so caring and empathetic.
Yeah.
And it's such a strength. And
Mm.
also sometimes I think we have to stop. We have to, at some point, it's sort of like with me in the FOF. At some point, I had to stop editing
Hmm.
and I had to be like, it's done. I turn it in.
Yeah.
I can't keep editing anymore.
Right.
And um and I think at some point we have to stop asking people for feedback and just trust.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that from you. I see that you care a lot
Hmm.
and that you're always wanting to grow and do better. And I think that if you want an area where you can grow, it's trust your leadership and work on your confidence because you're a good leader and just deal with it.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate
You
that.
know,
That's perfect. Mm.
one thing that Autumn, what you were saying, because Mary, you and I have talked about that before,
Hmm.
being, and I gotta say, there's been progress. I do see more confidence,
Mm.
and I
That's good
do
to hear.
see more, I guess, uh, you know, confidence and certainty, in being a leader. But I'm with Autumn on this. I've seen some is good, more is better.
Thank you.
I can say with confidence,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's ever going to become afraid that you're going to get overbearing.
And
That's
when
just
you
not
do,
you.
don't worry. I'll be like, okay, take it down a notch, Mary.
You guys will tell me.
Fucking, well, I don't know if they will, but fucking I will.
Yeah, I trust you. Nice. That's awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, that helps me. Yeah, and also I was writing the thing on like, if you have imposter syndrome, how do you deal? You have to ask people for feedback and then you believe them. And I'm like, okay, I do. I believe you guys. Thank you.
And then you believe them. I like that whoever wrote that, I like added that part. And then you believe them. Because
Right.
that part's important.
It is important, right? Yeah, exactly. I wrote that part. I'm going to take credit for it. Cool. All right.
Good.
Yeah, I think that I just wanted to tell you about a couple more ideas I have for the future, just so you know kind of what's coming out there. Is just to create more engagement, keep growing, create more of a community, keep adding classes. I want to add a class for this is not what it's going to be called, but Cuddle Party Precepts in the Workplace. How do we manage that? Consent and boundaries for the workplace. What can be a module there? So that's for like the next 2-year plan to be working on a new class for that. After we do the repair class. I'm also looking at a rebrand and a website redo maybe in the next 2 years. So this is kind of my 2-year plan. Big picture kind of stuff. And also just scaling us up so that we have a little more of a team and more employees. And eventually I do want to get in the business of like finding speakers for conferences, and have it like I could go out and speak on consent at a conference as a keynote. We could assign people to that and get people paid for that. Our facilitators could grow into that. That's probably more like a 5-year, 8-year plan, but that's one of my visions. So I'm excited for these kind of things. And I just want to also remind you guys again that I'm here to help you do your job. So if there's something that's not working, if there's a barrier, let's figure it out together. Get on my calendar. Let's talk about it. Yeah, and I'm, as we've been kind of the theme of the whole time of like show up as you can when you can, and every little bit helps us grow, and I appreciate all of it. So that is kind of the business side of what I wanted to do today. Do you guys have any questions, comments on any of that? I also wanted to kind of do some connection events, but I don't know if we need it. We still can. I have some exercise and things to help us connect with each other. And also, I wanted to let you know, really, I'm kind of tired. If you guys don't want to do that, we can just end now, or we can, because I think it'll be energizing if we do for the next half hour. Does anybody have have an idea of what you want to do for the next half hour? I will take votes.
I need sleep.
Yeah, who's ready? Who's ready to be done? We ready to be done? Okay. It feels kind of like we're done. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, let's be done because I feel good about that. I hope you guys feel good about it. I'd love to do a final checkout and just hear like what's your takeaway? What are you super excited about? Or what are you taking away with you today? Can we do checkouts? That sound good for now? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Nellie, would you care to start?
Sure. I am leaving this gathering with excitement about what's happening for the future with Cuddle Party. I'm really curious to see the new curriculum when that rolls out and opportunities to be able to have different kinds of engagement. And you know, especially in like hearing kind of the different tiers of things that you're wanting to do for trainings and stuff, it also is helping me to think about how to be able to organize that in the database in the back end so that we can better track all of that and just make sure that we have a robust system behind the scenes that helps us to keep track of all of this. Because as we grow, right, like it's so important to have a way to like keep stuff organized on the back end that just is like integrated and works as seamlessly as possible, and doesn't require like um, a ton of like labor to keep it working. So I'm excited to be doing the cleanup and like reconceptualizing how we're tracking folks, and look forward to working with you on that.
Absolutely. Yes, I am so excited that you're here to be thinking of those kind of things, Nellie, because for me, it would be an afterthought. I'd be like, oh, now we need to figure out how to track that. But we're already doing it. Ah, that's not the time. Should be thinking of it now. So I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nice. Thank you. Cool. Autumn, would you care to go next?
Yeah. So I'm excited about a number of things. Honestly, I always feel excited when I get off the calls. I feel very enthusiastic, and I'm looking forward to doing a media cuddle party. I know for sure that I'll be touching base with Scobie offline and being like, hey, will you help me brainstorm this description and blah, blah, blah. So I already know that's happening. And then I'm also, I think a big part, like doing the editing, like for the FOF and for the Cuddle Party certification, and when I'm going through the welcome circle and trying out my stuff, like a lot of that is very solitary and very lonely work. And so when I do get to come on here and there's a group of people that are all doing their individual work, it's really special for me because I'm reminded that like we're all doing something together that is very community focused, and we're all doing it kind of by ourselves, but together. And so it's like, it reminds me of like sometimes, my partner will come over and I'll be like, can we just have like an alone together night, where you're doing your thing and I'm doing mine, but like there's a human in the room. And so for me, meetings like this feel very energizing because I'm reminded that when I'm sitting at my computer pouring over like line by line edits or trying to track like a overall big picture of something and going through it with a fine-tooth comb, maybe I'm getting stuck somewhere, really contemplating how I want to chop this thing up in the training. I know that somebody else might be somewhere else working on some other aspect of Cuddle Party by themselves too. And there's something about it that feels really connective to be able to see those people and know that you're there. And I can see if I can put a face and a name together, and that feels really sweet. So it helps me like go back to it and with a renewed sense of energy and purpose and connection. So those are the things I'm taking with me.
That's so perfect, Autumn. That just captured my intention exactly. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can jump in next so I can
Sure.
put y'all back in my pocket.
Yeah.
Similarly, like feeling excited and energized. I've been in down brain for like a couple of weeks, and it's been really hard. And when I'm in that state, there's a lot of feeling like I can't do anything. And so
yeah.
it's just the like just show up. That's all you got to do, and to be like, okay, that was enough, and that was good, and it was energizing. So
awesome. Thanks, Scobie. It's great. Adam, would you care to go next?
So this is a real good meeting for me.
Mhm.
Although all of you I've known for some time, attaching a face to the project is an important thing for me. My default response to change is, oh no, there's change.
Mm.
Um, and to have a meeting like this to talk me down off the ledge um,
Mm.
is really important. So I
Mm.
appreciate everyone showing up and sharing. And Nellie, I'm really scared about changing the CRM. So
Mm.
we'll have a conversation at some point, and you'll explain to me why it's much better if we do it another way.
Yeah, I'm happy to chat, Adam.
All right.
Yeah,
So
let's do that together so that we all know where we're going. Yeah,
thank you for showing up.
sounds good. We'll figure that out, Adam, so that you don't need to be talked off the ledge.
All right, I
Uh,
want to take a second to put in a pitch for a phone. You said that about not having your phone number everywhere. My
mhm.
phone number has appeared on official documents going back for 10 years.
Mm.
The problem is that, when I stopped doing that job, all of that context is lost. So a transition
Mm.
over to some way to use a phone to contact the people who want to be contacted by phone. So
Okay.
that's my.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, Adam. Thank you. I'll put it on the list and get a little more info on that. We have a talk route business number that is accessed by a website. That is the official phone number that we've listed everywhere. But yeah, I want to hear more about that when we talk next. Okay, Adam? So cool. Thank you. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm thinking about when I'm like, what are the barriers or what are you worried about? So perfect. Who else? Les?
Yeah. Yeah, geez, like I said, even though I'm exhausted and sleep deprived, this being here and having these kind of meetings and, even with the business being done, it is nice to see the faces and, hear the voices and know that you all are out there. Today was a really great day. Um, but this past couple of weeks have been kind of brutal, going through supporting someone outside of our community who has really been struggling. And, when I'm spending time with somebody, who is on the ledge, but like really on the ledge, it I like knowing that you all are here,
Mm.
because I don't like to, if somebody is really struggling with their life, um, I don't like to blow sunshine at them. I like to be able to tell them I happen to know you know that there are people doing out here doing things that make it so that things don't have to be this way for you.
Mm.
And if I can look them in the face and just say that, that makes a lot of difference. So thank you.
Mhm. Awesome.
I'm complete.
Thanks for sharing, Les. Cool.
Mhm.
Ramis?
Yeah, I mean, I do feel um, grateful about the meeting. It does feel pretty nice to be in the same space as the team. It helps to feel part of a team.
Hmm.
And I yeah, like one thing that I've been realizing lately about myself is that really all of the work that I do it because of the relationships that I have through the work that I do.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, it feels good to slowly be like getting to know you all. I really like that, and I also feel a lot of admiration for a lot of you. So it's I don't know, it's exciting to me to work with people that I admire because I really like learning and growing and feeling surprised about the ideas that people have and how they solve problems. And I'm like, oh wow, that was a very good idea. I love that feeling. So I thank you all for that.
Mhm. Awesome. Very good. Thank you. And I'm feeling energized too. So thank you guys for coming and for listening. And this is one of my passions of community building, and I feel like I've done it here today. So thank you all for that because I couldn't do it without you. So yeah. And I'm ready to go take a break and have a nap or something. So I will see you guys all at whatever the next thing is, and we'll connect. And I'm sure I'll see you very soon. And I hope you have a very good night. And everybody who's on the video listening to this later, you too, you're part of it. So thank you. All right. Bye, guys.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.